Here's the story of the man who climbed the tallest building in Taiwan without a safety net or any ropes. Hi there, everyone. It's Jeff, and this is Plain English, where we help you upgrade your English with stories about current events and trending topics. Today's story is wild. A rock climber decided to brave the urban jungle. He went to Taiwan and climbed the outside of the capital's tallest building, the 101-story Taipei 101. And he did it without any ropes. Oh, and he also did it on live television. This is episode number 849 on Monday, March 23rd, 2026. JR has uploaded the full episode to plainenglish.com/849. That's where you can get some more practice on this topic. plainenglish.com/849. Before we start today's story, I'd just like to remind you that the podcast is just one part of how we can help you upgrade your English skills. At plainenglish.com, you can make faster progress with active learning strategies. You can take quizzes, do activities, listen to the fast version of the audio, watch video workshops, practice what you learn, and even join a live call with JR and me. It's all about helping you build your skills to become a better, more confident English speaker. Sound good? Go to plainenglish.com to start your free 14-day trial today. Now, let's jump into today's story. It was an ordinary Sunday morning in Taipei, the capital of Taiwan. Ordinary except for one thing. A crowd of thousands of people gathered in Taipei's financial district to watch an American man climb the city's tallest skyscraper, the Taipei 101. At about 9 o'clock a.m. local time, 40-year-old Alex Honnold, wearing a red t-shirt, laced up his custom-made climbing shoes, strapped a small bag of chalk around his waist, waved to the crowd, and started climbing with his bare hands. 91 minutes and 34 seconds later, he stood at the top of the building. The crowd in Taipei got what it wanted: a history-making spectacle, a daredevil feat playing out before their own eyes. They also got to be part of history. For it wasn't just the crowd on hand that saw Honnold's climb. The whole thing was streamed live on Netflix, where millions of people watched it from every corner of the globe. When you think of climbing, you probably think of rock climbers with elaborate ropes and harnesses for safety. But there's a style of climbing called free solo. That's when the climber has no safety gear, no ropes, no nets, no protection, no safety system of any kind. Free solos are exceptionally dangerous, and few climbers attempt them. The most famous free solo climb belongs to Alex Honnold himself. In 2017, he climbed El Capitan, a 900-meter granite wall in Yosemite National Park in California, and he did it without any ropes. The documentary Free Solo captured the whole thing. Other climbers watched in awe. No other climber has repeated it, and many climbers say nobody else could do it. Honnold did it all on camera. Most climbing happens in nature, but some climbers set their sights on the urban jungle. Hunold has always had his eye on the Taipei 101. When the building opened in 2004, it was the world's tallest, at 508 meters and 101 floors. It's one of the most recognizable buildings in all Asia. The design resembles a bamboo stalk with 8 stacked sections of floors. Each section extends slightly outward and includes a balcony. That makes this building so good for climbing. Other tall skyscrapers have smooth glass curtain walls, but the Taipei 101 has lots of beams and ledges for a climber to grab onto. There's just one small problem. Skyscrapers have owners, and cities have police forces. Climbers can't stroll up to a building and start scaling the floors without permission from a building's owner and, usually, a permit from the city. And building owners have good reason to say no. They could be held legally responsible if a climber falls. But Hunold got lucky. In 2024, Janet Chia, a former Taiwanese TV host and model, was appointed the chairman of the company that manages the building. As an entertainer herself, she was open to ideas. Netflix pitched her on a live special. It would film Hunold climbing the exterior of the Taipei 101 and stream it live for all the world to see. Would she be interested? It took a while, but both the building owners and the city gave their permission. The only thing left was to organize the climb. It would be called Skyscraper Live. A team of 4 camera operators would be suspended by ropes to document the whole thing up close. Netflix agreed to pay Hunold a sum in the mid-6 figures, something like $500,000 for his services, though he said he'd do it for free. Hunold was also given a back-off clause. If he got cold feet before or during the climb, he could always cancel or stop climbing without financial penalty. The building had windows and hatches that he could use if he got too tired and needed to abort the climb. There was also the delicate question of what would happen if, the worst happened. Netflix said it would stream Skyscraper Live on a 10-second delay, so it could cut away if needed. On the day of the climb, the street below was cordoned off, but a crowd was allowed to watch. The appointed day arrived, January 23rd, but the weather didn't cooperate. Rain made the metal and glass surfaces too slick. The next day was rainy too, so the climb was delayed 2 days. But January 25th was clear, with blue skies and normal wind. Hunold put a single earbud in his left ear so he could listen to the production crew and to music to keep him entertained. Just after 9 a.m, he started his climb up the southeast corner of the building. Office workers watched from inside, making eye contact, holding up motivational banners, and taking selfies with Hunold in the background. His wife, Sunny, was inside. She waved to him through the glass as he went by. She said afterward that she was having a panic attack the whole time. The The climb wasn't difficult, technically speaking. Hunold himself graded it easier than many other climbs he had done. The biggest challenge was managing fatigue, but he could stop and rest at the many balconies along the way. It was windy at the top, but he reached the spire at 10:43 a.m. He raised his arms and took a selfie. Taiwan's president posted congratulations on social media. I would be too afraid to watch on Netflix, never mind in person. I didn't even know this was happening until it was over. If you're thinking, there must be something different about a person who can do that climb and not freak out, you're right. Hunold has said that he had his brain scanned. The amygdala is the part of the brain that responds to fear. For most people, the amygdala lights up with activity when they see disturbing pictures, but his barely does. They must have been pretty sure that he was going to reach the top. I don't know if I would have been that sure if I were Netflix or the owners of that building. But then again, my amygdala is different from Alex Hunold's, that's for sure. That's it for this episode of Plain English. This was number 849. So the full story is at plainenglish.com/849, where you can get some more practice with this topic. See you back here on Thursday for an expression and Monday for a new story. Listen up if you speak Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese, German, French, Italian, Japanese, Polish, or Turkish. One of the most frustrating things about listening and reading in a second language is being confused by unfamiliar words or phrases. When you listen to Plain English, or when you read the transcript, you probably encounter some words you don't know. When that happens, you have a few options. You can stop the audio, go look up the definition, then return to the episode, find your place, and press play again, but that's exhausting. Or you can just skip it and be confused. That's no fun either. But what if you could see the translation of the word into your language instantly without having to stop the audio, without having to look anything up? Well, you can at plainenglish.com. For each episode, we translate about 100 words and phrases from English to 9 languages: Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese, German, French, Italian, Japanese, Polish, and Turkish. And we highlight those words in blue. All you have to do is hover your mouse over the highlighted word, and you'll see the translation instantly. It works great on mobile too. It really makes listening a lot more satisfying, and it's a great way to expand your vocabulary in English. The best way to see these translations is to sign up for a free 14-day trial at plainenglish.com. During your trial, you can read as many transcripts as you like, all with the translations into your language. So sign up for your free trial today at plainenglish.com.